Good morning. I'm Escalante Lundy. I was born and raised in New Orleans. Most of my life in New Orleans, except I lived in California for 6 years, and I've traveled and worked in different parts of the country. So I'm from Louisiana, not necessarily of Louisiana, but I'm definitely born here. And now, today, I'm a filmmaker. I initially started as a left brain analytical person. Went to work, did what I have to do, collect my check, went home. That was my life. Everything was planned for the next 30, 40 years, retire, and probably thought I was gonna have wife and kids and a little house with a picket fence and the dog and the whole 9 yards. But my life changed. 2005, Hurricane Katrina. I was living in California. I came home just to visit, just to see what was going on. And the devastation, and those who are in New Orleans know you were there. It affected me to the point where I couldn't go back to California. So I came home, started helping my family. Both of my parents lived in New Orleans during the hurricane. So I started working with FEMA. And that's when I started acting. I got involved as a producer when I was in California. That was 2005. As a friend, Zion Pickens introduced me to the business, and sitting there, Betty Burston brought me on as producers. And then I came back home and got involved with Anthony Bean Theater. January 2007, my acting life began, and everything changed since then. So I've been in this business, 12, 13 years. So this brings me to what I'm doing here today with you. I am working on a film project with some great friends of mine to deal with the unjust situation in the criminal justice system. We're doing a film called A Cry for Help. And this film will have a slice of what could happen to somebody because of the color of their skin in this country, just because. There are a lot of people locked up right now in jails and prisons all over this country because they're black or brown, because they're poor, because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And as a black man, it's scary to think that I could be walking down the street, minding my own business, and I could inadvertently try to help somebody, witness something, and just, anything, and I could be arrested, locked up, and no way to defend myself, no way to prove that I'm innocent, because innocent until proven guilty is a myth, particularly if you look like me. So, it's something you really have to think about, that I am not treated all the time as an American. I am not given the same rights and privileges that I work for. I go to work, I pay my taxes. I've never been arrested. I don't commit any crimes. But still, at the whim of somebody that looks at me as a suspicious person, I could be put in jail. And the worst part is not me going to jail, is that other people that would affect. My parents, my brothers, niece and nephews, friends. There's a host of people that depend on me, that I support, that rely on me for their existence. So it's not just one person. It could be dozens of people that are affected. And because of that, I was invited to get involved with A Cry for Help. And I jumped on the idea because I have friends that have been in the criminal justice system. I have a few family members that have been involved in the system. And I know for a fact that all of these people were not guilty of the crimes they were accused of. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, what we're trying to do with this film and the documentary that we're producing, I'm just trying to make you aware of what the problem is. I don't have all the answers. I'm not the brightest person when it comes to this subject matter. Actually, I'm very ignorant when it comes to the criminal justice system. But in preparing for the film, we decided to do a documentary, interview people that were in the system as prisoners, people who work with people who are involved in the system, people who work with people when they get out of the system. And throughout that whole process, I'm finding out some things that I can't believe. The criminal justice system in the United States, in general, is corrupt. When I say corrupt, I'm not telling you every person in jail or every prisoner, every sheriff is involved in a system to just jail people haphazardly. But what I'm saying is that there's an institutionalized, systematic, ingrained system that has been going on for over 100 years that we all are a part of. Until somebody, one person, 10 people, 100 people, 1 million people decide to wake up, make a change, do what's right. Do what's right. What right is to stop allowing people to be incarcerated because of the color of their skin or because they're poor. There are private prisons now. They have contracts with cities that if they don't provide a certain amount of prisoners, they can sue the city. Why would any city have a contract to have their citizens arrested to satisfy some fiduciary responsibility? How could any government do that? To rely on citizens, whether they're innocent or guilty, to be incarcerated just to make some money. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So today, I'm speaking to you to say, what we are doing is just try to educate, let people become aware and expose some of the things that are going on in the criminal justice system. And if you're a caring person, if you believe that everybody should have the opportunity to live their life without having the cloud of being harassed, being arrested, being put in jail for who knows how long just because what they look like or just because of what they don't have, I encourage you to support us. Now, the short film, A Cry for Help, will be shot in March of this year in Shreveport, Louisiana. And what we're asking for is to go to the webpage on Facebook, and anything you want to express about what we're doing, feel free to do so. And also, if you have any resources, if there's anything you can contribute to help us do this project, we have to hire cast, crew, we have to feed people, we have to transport people, we have to clothe people. There's many other things we have to do. So right now, most of the funding are coming out of our own pockets. So if there's anything you can contribute, 5, 10, 20, whatever, we would highly appreciate it. And also, we're doing a documentary to give some support, to give some background to what we're doing. And that's expensive. We have to hire editors, hire people to film them, and we have to bring people in to interview. So these two projects we're taking on because we feel it's needed. We feel it's important, and we feel that people need to know, because one day you or somebody that you love could be caught in the system. And you could be in a situation where you're hopeless. There's nothing you can do. There's nobody you can turn to. And if you was educated and aware of what goes on, maybe you could have did something preventative to stop this from the very beginning. So in closing, I thank you for your time. I appreciate you listening. And if you have a moment, go to the webpage, A Cry for Help on Facebook, and give whatever you can. And it will help us produce a better product. Thank you.